Doctor's warning: 5 serious consequences if married couples stop having intimacy in old age. Hello and welcome to our channel. I hope you're having a pleasant and relaxing time as you watch and listen to this video. I'm always here to share with you many aspects of life and health. Thank you for your continued support. Please leave your thoughts and feelings in the comments below so I know you're with me. That's a valuable source of motivation that gives me energy to keep creating meaningful content for you. Thank you so much, dear friend. Have you ever sat beside your spouse, quietly watching each other's hair turning silver, noticing how those familiar hands are no longer as strong as before, and asked yourself, are we still as close as we once were? Like many couples, you may have found that as the years pass, those hugs, gentle touches, and moments of intimacy slowly fade away. Perhaps it's due to declining health. Or maybe it's simply embarrassment or the belief that those things no longer matter. But did you know that physical distance can often be the beginning of a far deeper, emotional distance? Sexual intimacy in old age is not about passion or performance. It's about connection. It's a quiet yet powerful way for two people to stay emotionally close. It's the unspoken message that says, I'm still here for you, and you still matter to me. When a couple slowly lets go of physical intimacy, even if silently and for many understandable reasons, it can lead to surprising and sometimes serious consequences. Have you ever felt more tired than usual, had trouble sleeping deeply, or noticed your mood dip without knowing why? Have you seen your partner become quieter, more distant, even though you still share the same home? These signs may not come from external changes, but from the absence of something so simple, yet so deeply human: physical closeness. According to doctors and health experts, a moderate and age-appropriate sex life doesn't just nourish emotional bonds. It also plays a crucial role in maintaining physical and mental well-being. On the other hand, if couples stop being intimate altogether, it can result in a range of serious consequences, not only affecting each individual's health, but also weakening the relationship, making it colder and more distant over time. So what exactly are those consequences? Could you and your spouse be silently going through one or more of them without even realizing? And most importantly, how can you rekindle that closeness and keep the spark alive in a gentle, thoughtful, and age-appropriate way? I invite you to continue with me through the next part of this video, where we'll explore insights and gentle warnings from medical professionals. Together we'll learn how to care for one another with more awareness, more understanding, and even more love, especially as the golden years arrive. Please stay with me until the end, because what's about to be shared could help you better understand the true importance of intimacy in old age. Don't skip it, because the more you understand the why, the more power you have to protect your health, your relationship, and the joy of your everyday life. Weakened immunity and physical decline, the first warning sign. Have you ever wondered why, as we grow older, our bodies seem more prone to catching colds, feeling aches and pains with every change in the weather? Or why even a small wound takes longer to heal? Have you noticed that your partner, once so energetic and agile, now often feels tired, struggles to sleep, or frequently complains of aches and fatigue without any clear reason? Dear friend, sometimes the answer isn't found in pills or any specific medical diagnosis. It may stem from something simple and easily overlooked: the absence of physical intimacy. Doctors have pointed out that when couples maintain a healthy level of physical closeness, suitable for their age and condition, the body naturally releases precious hormones like endorphins, which help relieve pain and boost mood, and oxytocin, which promotes relaxation, reduces inflammation, and strengthens the immune system. These hormones act like free, natural medicine, nourishing both body and mind in ways no supplement can fully replace. Without warm hugs, gentle touches, and those moments of closeness, an elderly person's body begins to lack this vital source of positive energy from within. They may become more prone to insomnia, fatigue, weakened immunity, and become more sensitive to common ailments like colds, sore throats, or joint pain, small things that can significantly affect their daily quality of life. More than that, the absence of physical intimacy can lead to emotional disconnection, feelings of loneliness, or even the belief that one is no longer needed or valued. This emotional decline then affects physical health too, and as you know, at this stage of life, even a minor fall or a lingering cold can lead to serious complications. So, if you've ever thought that sex in old age is unnecessary, please think again. It's no longer just about desire, but about health, mutual care, and the warmest, most tender expression of love. Are you letting the days go by, forgetting about those soft touches, long hugs, or gentle goodnight kisses? If so, don't hesitate to start again, even if it's just with a simple handhold. Because sometimes to keep the body strong and the heart warm, we don't need anything extravagant. Just having each other close by, that's more than enough. Increased risk of depression and loneliness, the second warning. Have you ever felt a quiet emptiness in your heart, even when your partner is right there beside you? Have you ever looked at the person who's walked with you through a lifetime, and yet found yourself unsure of how to start a simple conversation? And have you ever silently wondered, why do we feel so far apart even though we still sleep in the same bed? People often say that sex is only for the young. But the truth is, at any age and especially in our later years, intimacy is not just a physical act. It's a deeply emotional connection, a way to hold each other's hearts close when words fall short. As we grow older, we naturally become more sensitive, more vulnerable. Our bodies change, illnesses appear, and children grow up and leave home. What's left is often just two people in a once lively house that now feels a little too quiet. If in that silence there are no more tender touches, no more whispered words of affection, no more goodnight hugs, then emotional distance quietly settles in, growing deeper with time. Medical studies have shown that a lack of intimacy in older couples significantly increases the risk of depression. One may begin to feel undesired, unimportant, or even abandoned. Over time, those feelings erode one's joy for life, leading to withdrawal, silence, fewer smiles, and a kind of loneliness that creeps in without notice. Dear friend, depression doesn't always arrive with tears or complaints. Sometimes, it's in the silent glance during dinner as one clears the table alone. It's in the sleepless nights, not from pain but from a heart that feels cold. It's in the moments when two people share the same space but not the same presence. Intimacy at this stage doesn't need to be rushed or perfect. Sometimes all it takes is a warm hand to hold, a gentle resting of the head on a shoulder, or a soft whisper before sleep, just enough to remind each other, I still love you, I'm still here. And that, more than any medication, is the most powerful vaccine to soothe a lonely soul. If you're sensing a growing distance between you and your partner, don't wait until the silence becomes permanent. Take the first step, speak gently, reach out and say, we're still here. We still need each other. Because sometimes happiness in old age begins again, with a simple hug. If you've stayed with me this far and found this message helpful, please leave a comment with the number 4 so I know you're still here. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I encourage you to click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our future videos. Your support helps us continue to create meaningful content to inform and inspire you. Next comes the third warning: emotional disconnection between spouses. Do you remember the last time you hugged your partner? When was the last time you sat together in silence, just watching the rain fall, or held hands while watching an old movie? And when was the last time you heard, or said, the words, I love you, or we still need each other? As age creeps up, as health declines and life slows down, many couples begin to overlook the emotional connection they once cherished so deeply in their youth. The busyness of life gives way to quiet afternoons, but sadly in that stillness two hearts often begin to drift apart, unnoticed, unspoken. Many people believe that after a lifetime together, there's no longer a need to express love. But the truth is this: love, at any age, needs to be nurtured, cared for like a small flame. Without physical closeness, without soft touches, warm glances, whispered words of affection, even the deepest bond can fade, like a well-worn shirt left forgotten in the closet, growing old, losing color, and eventually wearing thin without anyone realizing it. Dear friend, intimacy isn't just about physical union. It's how couples touch each other's souls. It's how we silently say, "I'm still here. I still need you. We still love each other." When intimacy fades, it's not just the body that grows distant. Emotions too slowly unravel. There are couples who once loved each other passionately, who weathered every storm life threw their way, but in the end, live out their days like quiet companions. They no longer fight, no longer argue, but neither do they share anything deep. No connection, no real communication, nothing but responsibility. A sad silence creeps into every meal, every night's sleep. So if you find yourself in that stage, please don't be afraid to begin again. A hug, a tender gaze, a soft touch on the back as your partner turns away. These small gestures can become the bridge between two hearts that once loved deeply, but now feel lost in the noise of passing time. Don't let that quiet distance become a permanent one. Remember, love does not grow old, we only forget how to express it. And sometimes just one act of reaching out is all it takes to pull a heart gently back toward your own. Warning number 4. Negative impact on heart health. Have you ever thought that the heart needs more than just medicine to stay healthy? That it also needs love, tenderness, and moments of intimacy with the one you cherish? Many people assume that once we grow old, when our hair turns gray and our backs begin to bend, sex is no longer necessary. But in reality, science has shown that maintaining a healthy sex life in old age not only strengthens emotional bonds but also acts as a natural remedy for the heart. Every time we share affection and love, our bodies release positive hormones like oxytocin and endorphins, which help us relax, reduce stress, regulate blood pressure, and improve circulation. Isn't it amazing? Just one tight hug, a spontaneous kiss, or a gentle night of intimacy can make the heart work more efficiently, stronger, healthier. But when physical closeness fades in a marriage, when there is no longer that bond of touch, the heart, both literally and emotionally, begins to slow down. According to many medical studies, elderly individuals who no longer maintain a sexual relationship are at a significantly higher risk for cardiovascular issues, from high blood pressure and atherosclerosis to sudden strokes. Why is that? Because sexual activity, even when gentle, is a form of full-body exercise. It promotes better blood flow, lowers bad cholesterol, and enhances heart function. Dear friend, no one is saying you must follow any set routine. But ask yourself, how long has it been since you and your partner shared true closeness? Is your heart growing weary from loneliness, from a lack of affection from the very person who's been by your side for a lifetime? Remember, you can love each other in a mature, seasoned way. It doesn't have to be passionate like in the early days, just tender enough, sincere enough, enough to let your hearts touch one another once more each day. So don't be afraid to rekindle those loving moments. Don't let age hold you back from a warm embrace or an intimate connection. Because those little things, they're quietly protecting your heart in ways no medicine ever could. If you're still with me and finding this information helpful, please leave a comment with the number 6 to let me know you're still here. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I encourage you to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos. Your support helps us continue creating meaningful content to inform and inspire you. Warning number 5. Accelerated aging. Have you ever wondered why some people, despite their age, still have rosy skin, bright eyes, and a youthful, lively spirit? The answer might lie somewhere you wouldn't expect: in a loving and consistent sex life. Sex, at any age, is not just a physical connection. It's a natural anti-aging remedy that our bodies gift to us. When two people who care for each other are intimate, the body releases hormones like oxytocin, endorphins, and estrogen. These hormones help reduce stress, improve blood circulation, give the skin a healthy glow, reduce wrinkles, and promote deeper sleep, all of which contribute to slowing down the aging process. But if you and your spouse have gone a long time without physical intimacy, have you noticed changes in yourself? Restless sleep, frequent irritability, dull and tired-looking skin, and a fading sense of vitality as the years go by. You might think these are just signs of aging, but sometimes they're the result of lacking a very important part of life: physical and emotional closeness in marriage. Dear friend, we all grow old. But whether we age gracefully and youthfully, or tired and withered, can often depend on how we nurture love and connection in our relationship. Do you still remember what it feels like to be gently hugged from behind by your partner? When a simple whisper didn't need to say much, just enough to feel warm inside. Try to recall, how long has it been since you both truly spent time with each other, not to talk about the kids' illnesses or money, but to care for each other's hearts, souls, and bodies? No one is telling you to force yourself. But if you've been feeling worn down, easily fatigued, emotionally drained day after day, then maybe, just maybe, what you need isn't more medicine or sleep, but a quiet evening with your partner, a longer than usual handhold, or a moment of closeness you didn't realize you were missing. You deserve to feel youthful and happy, even at 60, 70, or beyond. And one of the simplest yet most powerful keys to preserving that youth lies in maintaining a regular, loving, and non-judgmental intimate life. So don't let age stop you from falling in love again with the very person who has been by your side through it all. A story from America: when intimacy becomes the secret to health and youthfulness. You may have once thought, at this age, do we really still need intimacy? But if you take a moment to hear the stories of two couples below, you'll see that sex is not just for the young. It's a secret key to preserving health, joy in life, and long-lasting connection in marriage. The first couple, John and Marcia, both 68 years old, live in Ohio. They had not been physically intimate for nearly 10 years, ever since Marcia faced some health issues and John gradually became hesitant. From then on, they grew emotionally distant, living under the same roof like two elderly companions. John suffered from insomnia, forgetfulness, and constant fatigue, while Marcia felt lonely, easily saddened, and irritable. They began to rely on sleeping pills and pain medication. They didn't argue, but they also had no joy. Both appeared much older than their actual age, something even their children remarked on with heavy hearts. Mom and Dad look like they're already in their 80s. In contrast, there's the story of Henry and Susan, 73 and 72 years old, living in California. They made a conscious effort to maintain their intimate life regularly. Though gentle and age-appropriate, their moments were still filled with love and connection. Every week they set aside private time for each other. No phones, no TV, just quiet evenings to listen, to hold each other, and to be close just like when they were young. The results were surprising. Henry still goes for light jogs every morning, his smile always bright, eyes sparkling like someone in his early 60s. Susan's skin glows with vitality, and she's rarely seen at the hospital. They frequently travel, take photos together, and still call each other sweet names like honey and sweetheart. When asked about their secret, Henry simply smiled and said, "We don't let love fall asleep. That's why we don't feel old." Dear friend, these two couples, of the same age, living in the same country, have vastly different journeys when it comes to health and happiness. Could the difference lie in their willingness to hold on to intimacy and love, even as age tries to pull them apart? If this story touches your heart, maybe it's time to reflect on your own marriage. Perhaps there are still gentle things the two of you can offer each other, even if it's just a warm hug or a tight squeeze of the hand. Happiness has no age, and neither does love. Dear friend, have you ever asked yourself, at this age, does intimacy between husband and wife still matter? Perhaps that question has crossed the minds of many of us, those who have lived most of our lives, who have loved, cared for, and made sacrifices for our families. But when our hair turns silver and our children are grown, the connection between husband and wife becomes the last stronghold, the most precious bond, one that nothing else can replace. Sex in later life is no longer the passionate flame of youth, but it becomes a gentle touch, a comforting presence, a tender expression of love, a reminder that we are still needed, still loved, and that someone is still here walking beside us through the twilight years. A hug, a look, a moment of closeness. Sometimes that's all it takes to warm the soul of a life partner who has been by your side for decades. Did you know that even a single moment of affectionate touch can help relieve stress, boost immunity, improve sleep, and lower the risk of depression? Sex is not just about the body, it's the language of understanding, of appreciation, and of love that has endured through time. And if you're finding it difficult to reconnect in that way, don't worry. Start with a gentle conversation with your partner. Sometimes simply saying, "I miss you," or "Can we hold each other for a bit?" is enough to open the door to warmth that's been closed for too long. Don't hesitate to seek support from a doctor or therapist if needed, because taking care of your intimate life is also taking care of your emotional well-being and your shared happiness. You see, love doesn't know age. It only asks for a tender heart and a hand that won't let go. When you choose to preserve intimacy, you're giving both yourself and your partner the chance to live more fully, not just to live longer, but to live joyfully, healthily, and lovingly. Thank you for staying with us until the very last lines. I hope you take a moment to reflect on your marriage with a warmer, more open heart, so that whether you're 60, 70, or beyond, love will always be the fire that keeps both your souls warm. Thank you for spending your time listening and accompanying us on this journey to explore the importance of sexuality for the emotional and physical health of the elderly. We hope these reflections have helped you better understand both your loved ones' bodies and your own. If you found this video helpful, please leave a comment and share your thoughts. Your stories might be just what someone else needs to hear. We would love to hear from you. Let us know in the comments what you've learned today and how you plan to apply it in your life. Your insights truly matter to us, so don't hesitate to share. Reading your comments is a great source of encouragement for us. If you found this video useful, please like, subscribe, and share it. Your support helps us continue to create meaningful content to inform and inspire you. Wishing you and your family health and peace. See you in the next video.